Have y'all noticed how men on a regular basis are always held accountable for the things that women get a pass from, especially black women? Now, this isn't targeted towards black women in particular, but I do want to get my thoughts off really quickly, and I want y'all to help me to understand and give me some insight on whether I'm off or not, right? So, all year, this year, last year, Cat Williams set it off. It's the year of accountability, right? I'm observing all of these celebrities on a regular basis, including the Jaguar rights and all of them, just everybody. I seen Gene Deal. Every single interview that Gene Deal does is about Diddy, right? We also see Mark Curry. Nobody was checking for Mark Curry until the whole Diddy scandal go out. And I even seen Slim Thug. Now, Slim Thug was on the other side of the spectrum, in which he was saying, ain't it funny how it's so easy for people to throw other people under the bus in the court of public opinion? Now, I've always stood tall on the idea that we are never, ever supposed to convict people in the court of public opinion, because that's the thing that we advocated against, right? I mean, ever since the beginning of time, even back in slavery, the idea was so much injustice, so many people are getting thrown under the bus, and we can't go based off of our feelings regardless of how much you don't like a person. I would never, ever wish jail on somebody, especially somebody. I don't wish death and I don't wish jail on people without a conviction or without them being proven guilty in the court of law, right? But let me rewind a bit. This whole Meg Thee Stallion accusation came out, in which allegedly, a photographer was in the car while she was doing freak offs and nobody batted an eye. Nobody tripped. Nobody batted an eye. We didn't blink. We didn't have long conversations about it. It wasn't a whole bunch of live streams about it. Yet we see men getting castrated and thrown in jail in the court of public opinion. They can't even have a real trial because social media have already convicted them. But we haven't seen a peep. We ain't seen. Listen, you know what I seen as a content creator? When you turned on YouTube, whether it was Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, Diddy, we just seen the New York Survivors Act. Over in New York, they threw Vin Diesel under the bus. Over there in LA, they threw Jamie Foxx under the bus. It was so many guys, and they filed over 2,500 lawsuits. Over 2,500 lawsuits against men. Y'all couldn't wait to get y'all hands on the court documents, because anything that's filed in court, including a divorce agreement, is public opinion. You couldn't wait to get your hands on it. It was regular guys, it was popular guys, it was content creators. Women was on the cash grab on a regular basis, accusing guys of doing stuff. Now remember, it's not to say any of this is true. This is merely accusations. And when people seen all of that, they couldn't wait to turn on a live stream and talk about it. When you see a woman, especially as massive as Meg Thee Stallion, get accused of something like this, I don't see nothing. We see these women teachers it ain't the men. It's not the men. That's not to say men is not out here doing stuff too. But when I see these articles and these people are sending me these emails every single day, especially down there in Florida, I don't know what the fuck y'all got in the water in Florida. But when I see these articles on a regular basis and y'all sending them to me, I see women, teachers, grown teachers, getting in whole relationships with these young guys. Now remember, these is only the ones that got caught. These is only the ones that got caught, because we all know that largely, even if you a younger guy, it's less likely for you to report what's going on or people doing stuff against you. We held Puff accountable for something that we know Cassie signed up for, right? In the court of public opinion. Cardi B, listen, this ain't no smoke towards nobody. I just got to call it like I see it. Cardi B publicly acknowledged and said that she used to set dudes up in order to be able to survive before she got famous. And nobody tripped. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody blinked. Nobody required for her to come back to the front of the congregation. We didn't even trip. We don't even talk about it. We act like she didn't publicly say that on the platform and admit to it. Meg Thee Stallion is getting accused of basically silencing and having freak-offs, and nobody tripped. Now, one of the reasons that I have a problem with this is I can't stand you hypocritical, want everything to be equal, having conversations about wanting to require everything to be equal when it comes to equal pay, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You want equity. Y'all don't even say y'all want husbands no more. You say you want partners. You want partners. Yet when it comes to holding people accountable for the actions in the same way that they hold men accountable, now, if you never would have advocated for equal, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But why is the sister code so strong to where they want to convict people in the court of public opinion? When it comes to men, I don't see none of your favorite leaders coming to the front of the congregation. I don't see Umar Johnson, the guy that ain't never gonna open up a school. We know for a fact that that school is never gonna open. He want to sit here and talk so much shit about who you dating. I seen this man talk shit about LeBron James based off of the stuff that his son was doing. And his son didn't even do anything wrong. His son said, listen, I'm raised in an environment where I decided that I like, or I want to go to prom with. I didn't say I was going to marry her. I want to go to prom with a girl that may or may not look like you. And Umar Johnson brought this boy to the front of the congregation, but I seen him posing on the side with Suki Hana. Suki Hana came back and just got arrested, and ain't nobody saying nothing. Yet I continue to hear on a regular basis about how unprotected black women are. How are black women so unprotected when it's black men every single day that's getting released as a part of the Innocence Project? Have y'all ever heard of the Innocence Project? You should really go and study it. The Innocence Project is now, if they take your case, if they know that it's going, something that they think can bear fruit, they'll take your case, and then it takes years for them to be able to prove your innocence based off of evidence that we now have, and we have the technology in order to be able to prove that you got accused of something that you didn't do. We still don't hold them accountable. What's my man's name? He was a former football player, and the chick that was in a relationship tried to have him set up, right? And she got mad, and she threw his PlayStation out. I think his name was like Travis Rudolph or something like that. No word. Nobody held her accountable. She got her own brother killed. We don't hold these people. The only woman that I seen get held accountable over the last few years was the chick that said that she found a white baby on the side of the road over there in Alabama. That's it. That's the only woman that we seen get held accountable for her actions, is the girl that lied and said that she seen a white baby walking down the street and she got kidnapped by a bunch of white people. It's the only chick that we seen get held accountable. Amber Heard still making movies after she accused Johnny Depp of doing something that he didn't do. Fucked up his whole bag. Johnny Depp's bag got messed up. And you know what the problem is that we too forgiving. We too forgiving. As men, we're too forgiving. And we always let them get a pass. I jump on coaching calls all the time, or I get people that call into the show. I'm gonna go live on After Hours on YouTube tonight. I get calls, or I talk to guys, and they be like, "Yeah, man, I got full custody. My baby mama ain't shit, or whatever. She turned out to cheat on me, or whatever. Blah blah blah." Right? And I be like, "Hey, did you take her to child support court?" "No, I don't need her money. I'm gonna take care of my kids." Man, listen, bro. No mercy. No more mercy. I'm tired of y'all finding yourself under duress. Always the ones that's the brunt of the joke. Always the brunt that's the brunt of the justice system. You get accused of stuff. By default, you automatically guilty until proven innocent. It don't matter if you're a celebrity. It don't matter if you're a regular guy. Jonathan Majors. Yep. Another one. We seen him running away from the chick, and then she went and partied the same night or the next day and was having a good time out here in these streets. And then y'all wanted to hold him accountable for even not talking to a black woman. Y'all gonna hold him accountable even if he didn't do nothing wrong. By default, men are held accountable every single day. No matter what, men are always held accountable for their actions. And it doesn't really matter. Nobody better than I. When Megan Thee Stallion got accused, now I'm not saying that she's guilty, but I'm using this as an example in order to illustrate a point where y'all always talking about how guys are this and guys are that. Until y'all start holding your sister accountable, until you start divesting yourself from the sister code, I don't want to see nothing. Because these guys, they lose their jobs. It was so many guys that was afraid to even do a conference with a woman without bringing in a witness because they didn't want to lose their jobs and get accused of something because they know that they're going to be convicted in a court of public opinion. And by default, the company, because you are an at-will employee, especially when you get to the highest levels, you're an at-will employee, you're going to be let go, you're going to lose your bag, you're going to lose your reputation, that's it. Every single day. It doesn't even matter. Because we never come back. The chick that accused the Duke lacrosse team, the black girl that accused the Duke lacrosse team of raping her, and then she came back and said, because they proved her wrong. And then all of those dudes lost their scholarship, probably messed up their reputation, everything that they had going on. And then you want to tell me that I'm crazy because I'm telling guys to protect themselves and don't put yourself in a position for that woman to even accuse you of nothing in the first place. Now we got to hold ourselves double accountable for stuff that we didn't even do just based off of the perception that we could do something wrong. We's tired, boss. We's tired, boss. It's hard for me to even hold guys accountable for wanting to get their passports and get the hell up out of here and not deal with y'all in the first place. Don't sit here and ever tell me or ask me, Anton, why ain't we talking about fixing the community? No, fix yourself first. Fix your attitude, fix the culture, fix how you see life, fix what it is that you're doing as far as holding women accountable, fix the system by which you depend on in order to continue to do the things that you do, fix family court laws because we know that y'all advocating for equal, but they advocating against updating family court laws at a time where it was established where you didn't have no rights, you didn't have the ability to vote, you had a situation where you were under duress, and now you still dependent on it, advocating against it because it works in your favor. So it's only equal if it benefits you, but it's not equal outcome. Don't tell me that any war is over until we start holding ourselves accountable. Until you start holding your homegirl accountable, don't sit here and say nothing about another man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because without a bleep, no live streams, no nothing. I don't know what's going on out in these streets. Every man that ever got accused of anything, y'all anticipating him going to jail or he already in jail locked up for the next 10 years trying to get out for good behavior. But every woman that has ever openly admitted to finessing men and doing them dirty, you know what they doing? Still rapping, making songs, and y'all still showing up at their concerts. Stop it, bro. Stop it. And so don't tell me not to advocate for my guys or stand up for men, because if you ever want to see a strong society, it's about the men. The men. The women are the beneficiaries of our greatness. And now I'm seeing women jump online and doing TikToks talking about they don't need men. Leave her for the streets, bro. Leave her for the streets. That's all I want to say. I just wanted to get my thoughts off real quick. I'm going to be live streaming on After Hours on YouTube. Make sure y'all go and check that out. Probably in about an hour and a half. So I'm about to chill for a little bit, calm down, so that I can go and tackle and talk about whatever it is that I'm going to talk about. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about yet. But make sure y'all tap in. Send this to your family and friends, because we're going to start going live on Instagram. I got to start talking my talk and getting real, because I'm tired of it, boss. I was tired of it, boss.